It's time for my show. It's time for my show. This is Jackson, Detroit's money making diva. Listen, grab a paper and a pen. Don't want you to miss a thing. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hello, hello, Detroit, Highland Park, all of you watching by way of the internet. In case you don't know, we do have a mobile app, WHPR 33, and by way of the internet. Hello, hello. So glad to be here live in the studio at WHPR, where I'm here every Tuesday at 2 o'clock p.m. I am Sherry Jackson, Detroit's money making diva, giving you money making tips and money saving tips. What I love to do. I'm so excited because I've got some great information for you. So I want you to grab a paper and a pen because I don't want you to miss one thing. Have to give a special shout out to Pastor Mike Berry, Miracle Mike at Bob Maxey Ford. If you're in the market for a new car, I want you to know that right now they're giving up to $10,000 in rebates for the new Ford Taurus show. So if you need a car, get down to Bob Maxey Ford right on Jefferson in the city of Detroit. I have a phone number for you, 248-837-0313. That's 248-837-0313. Tell them Sherry the Boss Lady sent you, Detroit's Money Making Diva, and they'll give you excellent, excellent customer service and a deal that you just can't beat. All right, and I want to give a special shout out to Fountain of Love Adult Daycare Center. If you are looking for quality adult care for your loved ones, you don't have to look any further because Fountain of Love is the place to be. Free meals and snacks along with so many social activities. The number is 248-234-6150. That's 248-234-6150. I've been there myself. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility. You'll be able to leave your loved ones there with a sense of calmness and knowing that everything is going to be all right. And let me give you my phone number, 248-633-8562. That's 248-633-8562. If you missed any of the information that I've given so far or anything that I'm about to give, you can always call me after the show at 248-633-8562. You can call me to book me to host an event or a party for you. I speak at social engagements. So again, my number is 248-633-8562. Well, it's time for news you can use. What's going on in our world? Well, earlier this week, the United States and the UK got together and decided that they should consider having sanctions against Russia and Syria. Why? Because for weeks, Russia and Syria have been bombing Syria's largest city, Aleppo. And for years, Syria has been involved in a brutal civil war. Russia has sided with the Syrian President Assad, and the United States has sided with moderate rebel groups that want to kick him out of power. Last month, a ceasefire deal I told you about between both, it just didn't happen. It went south. And the bombing of Aleppo began. Hundreds of people, including many children, have been killed. Even hospitals have been targeted. So now the United States and the UK are thinking that sanctions might help force Russia and the Syrian government to get themselves back together. Well, yesterday, Russia announced that it will pause weeks of airstrikes on the Syrian city. And later this week, they are going to give them an opportunity to evacuate. Today, Russia said all strikes had already been put on hold to make sure that routes out of the city are safe to use by Thursday, when the people will have 8 hours. Get that, 8 hours to evacuate. Can you imagine having to get up and pick up your life and leave in a matter of 8 hours? Knowing that if you didn't make it in that time, that anything could happen to you. So it's just a amazing, amazing episode that just It doesn't seem like it's coming to a resolve, but we're going to see what the United States and the UK come up with, and hopefully they will get some resolve to this situation. Well, this weekend we found out breaking news that the presidential election has been rigged. Okay, that was a joke. I don't know if you laughed, but according to Republican nominee Donald Trump, this whole thing has been a farce. Over the weekend, he said that it's just one big ugly lie and that Hillary Clinton and the media have just simply rigged this whole thing. This comes after several women have accused him of sexual misconduct last week. Trump says, of course, all of these allegations are false. Meanwhile, a Republican office in North Carolina was firebombed over the weekend, and the words Nazi Republicans leave town or else were spray painted all over the building. Of course, Trump tweeted that these were animals representing Hillary Clinton because we are winning, and Hillary Clinton tweeted that this incident was unacceptable. Day and night on every single issue. And he's upset also because Saturday Night Live had Alec Baldwin to come on and imitate him in the last presidential debate. Speaking of which, the next debate is going down tomorrow on CNN. I don't know if I'm going to waste my time watching it because it just seems like it's the same story over and over again. I wonder, is Empire going to be interrupted? Anyway, no, seriously, on a serious note, he's upset because Saturday Night Live was mocking him. I gotta say, if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. It is hilarious. Alec has him down, I mean, to a T. And I mean, he just did an excellent, excellent job. But if you can't take a little satire, I mean, when you signed up for this, you had to know they mock everybody. They've mocked every political election. So why would you think you would be exempt from it, Mr. Trump? You're not. We're gonna laugh at you. It's equal opportunity laughing. We laugh at everybody. Anybody that you a star, you're gonna get laughed at. That's part of it. When I get famous one day, somebody's gonna be laughing at me. And all you can do is laugh that somebody even knows that we're supposed to be laughing at you. That's the way I look at it. At least somebody knows who you are. But anyway, and don't do things that we can just make fun of you. You just keep giving them fresh material every day, every single day. So, yes, Mr. Trump, you were on Saturday Night Live being mocked, and you're going to probably be on there next week just because you did this. Now they're going to mock you for wah, wah, wah. Wipe your weeping eyes. Okay. Moving right along, George Zimmerman, yes, the man who shot Trayvon Martin back in 2012. Um, he was, if you didn't know, he was shot at in a road rage incident. The guy who did that to him was sentenced to 20 years in prison. What kind of system is this? He didn't even shoot him, he just shot at him, and he gets 20 years, and Zimmerman is walking around. I don't know. That's just some of the things that's going on in our country. If you have not heard, former NFL star Dennis Byrd was killed in a car crash over the weekend, as well as the 15-year-old daughter of Tyson Gay was shot in Kentucky, caught in the middle of gunfire in a restaurant parking lot. Trinity Gay was following in her footsteps to become a sprinter. You know what? This gun epidemic is just ridiculous. I don't know, when are we going to come to the conclusion that guns are not the answer? But certainly we want to keep the families of those who have passed on over the weekend in our prayers. Such a young, beautiful person. And a lot of young people actually were caught in gunfire over the weekend all over the nation. So we really, really, really have to be in prayer and ask God to heal our land from this anger. Just so many people are just angry for no reason. It's not worth it. And I'm gonna say this to you. You know, when somebody makes you mad, take a step back because 1 minute can change your whole life. And when you take a gun out, somebody is prepared to use it. You understand what I'm saying? And there are so many people who end up in the court system and they're begging for a pardon and for a plea. And you know, you can't apologize enough to a family that you've taken their loved one from. So, again, I just want everybody to, just take a step back and let's stop being so, quick to jump to anger. Got some good news. What's going on in our city? Cranes Detroit and the Michigan Chronicle are reporting that the Motown Museum will undergo a $50 million expansion, growing the museum to 50,000 square feet into a world class tourist destination featuring dynamic interactive exhibits, a state of the art performance theater, unrivaled recording studios, an expanded retail experience, and meeting spaces. So I'm curious to see where they're going to put it because supposedly it's going to be centered right around the original museum. But that is great, great, great news. It's already a high traffic tour point for the city of Detroit. So I'm looking forward to those renovations. I'm definitely going to be um, keeping track of it and keeping you abreast of how that project is coming. And also, the Michigan Chronicle has endorsed who they think you should vote for to make Detroit school board. Check it out online at MichiganChronicle.com. That's MichiganChronicle.com. They have bios available on each candidate. And I saw Misha Stallworth, Misha Stallworth, who is the granddaughter of Alma Stallworth. I have been a part of that family for a long time. She's the daughter of Thomas Stallworth. And so, hey, I'm endorsing her too because I can. Anyway, no, but really, check those things out because you need to get informed. You need to be engaged. You need to make your vote count on November the 8th, not November the 28th, as Donald Trump said, but November the 8th. Your voice is critical in this general election. And let me tell you, to be totally honest with you, local government is probably 80% of what controls your life as it relates to how you get things done. Yes, the presidential election is important, but let me tell you, local government is a key issue in your daily life. So find out who these judges are, find out who these people are who want to be on the school board, find out who wants to be on the city council. All of these things you have to do your own due diligence so that you can go into the booth as an informed and educated voter. All right. I am getting ready to take a quick break. We have to have a word from our sponsor. When I come back, of course, I'm going to get to some money making tips and some money saving tips right here on WHPR 33. Keep it locked in.
WHPR TV is now on demand. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch your favorite TV shows on demand. And be sure to
Download the WHPR app.
We're now on demand at your demand. WHPR TV Detroit on demand.com. A Watkins Broadcasting Company.
Bon Appetit Elegant Catering, elegant at your service. We cater for all occasions. Weddings, birthdays, proms, homegoing service, graduations, family reunions, and all occasions. For the best catering in the Midwest, call Bon Appetit 313-444-5048. Bon Appetit Elegant Catering.
All right, that was Bon Appetit. Listen, this Saturday, right here at the station WHPR 160 Victor, Bon Appetit will be here and they will be catering dinners. They're going to have dry rub ribs, scallop potatoes, greens, turkey wings, scallop potatoes and greens with those turkey wings as well. A dessert for $5. They have egg rolls and peach cobbler. Listen, the food is absolutely delicious. So you want to get here. If you want to place an order ahead of time, that's 313-444-5048. That's 313-444-5048. I'm telling you, his food is delicious. So get out here this Saturday at 2 o'clock. It's going to start serving at 2 o'clock, okay? Meanwhile, back on the ranch, I'm going to start setting up my money making tips and money saving tips, but I'm going to open up the line because I want to ask you a question in case you haven't heard about the leak tape with Donald Trump and Billy Bush. Billy Bush, when the tapes came out, actually was, what do they call it? He was, they don't call it laid off, but they told him indefinitely that they weren't sure if he was coming back to the station. And a lot of people gave the station flack. He was on the Today Show along with his coworkers, and he ultimately got fired this week. My question to you is, do you think that Billy Bush should have been fired for something that was said 11 years ago? I'm curious to see what the audience thinks about that. So, whenever you decide to call in, if you want to call in and weigh in on that, the number's on the screen. I'll be looking to hear from you. Okay, so it's time for money making tips. The first thing I always say is tithing is the main key to financial stability. What is tithing? Giving 10% of your earnings back to the Lord. You cannot afford not to tithe, and you can't be God giving. So, tithing is the main key to financial stability. If you're looking for a job, now is the perfect time because Macy's, JCPenney's, Kohl's, just about all of the major retailers are looking for seasonal employees. Get to those websites. A lot of times they even have computer stations at the stores where you can apply online if you don't have an internet connection. Get there because they are hiring literally thousands and thousands and thousands of people as we speak. They're going to be needing people to fill those orders online, to work in the stock room, to work on the floor. Some of these locations have restaurants, so you name it, you can get a job. Take advantage of getting some extra cash this season. And I want to give you some tips from Warren Buffett. He's the billionaire that has made most of his money by investments, but he has some great tips that I always like to review every now and then. His first tip says, never depend on a single income. Make investments to create a second source. His second tip is, if you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell the things that you need. And do not put all your eggs in one basket. No words could be truer because how many times have we thought we could depend on one thing and it went away? So, those are some wise tips by Warren Buffett. Listen, I encourage everyone to take time to invest in your personal development. There's so much free information on YouTube. Warren Buffett is a good person to follow. Think and Grow Rich is a great book. If you don't like to read, they have free audio recordings of the book. Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, he has other books as well online that you can read or listen to for absolutely free. But personal development is a must, must, must. And also, you need to get a vision board. Put those things on the board from magazines, cut things out and put it on your wall. That way you can get it in your mind, those things that you really, really want. And the law of attraction really does work. I attracted actually a brand new 2010 black on black Cadillac to myself. I wanted. Who wins cars? Well, apparently I do. But that was because I really believe I focused in on it and the law of attraction worked. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it, go on YouTube, search the law of attraction, and you'll find some very, very powerful information because the mind and our spirit, they are very, very powerful sources, and we don't tap into those things. So, as we go to church and we hear all of these things about, how Jesus wants us to have life more abundantly and all these things, we have to apply ourselves and our knowledge and our know-how in our hands to do the things that will bring those things to pass. Okay? And I want to share something with you. I discovered a way that you can travel by keeping a little extra cash in your pocket and not putting all your money up front for an airline ticket. Believe it or not, there is a Chicago based website called Airfordable, Airfordable. Airfordable is a company that allows you to pay for airline tickets in installments. And believe it or not, it is African American owned. I was very, very impressed with this website. But they allow you to put your tickets on layaway. So, for those of you who have college kids who are trying to get back home, you know those tickets are going to get expensive for Thanksgiving and Christmas, or you're going to be trying to get back home, check out Airfordable. How it works is there are 3 steps. First, you present the details of your itinerary by uploading it to their website. Then, Airfordable will present you with a payment plan. After making an initial deposit of 1/3 of the ticket price, regular payments can be made on the balance through the date of your departure, either in monthly or bi-weekly payments. After the ticket is paid off, you are going to be sent an e-ticket and on your way to your destination. How awesome is that? That's Airfordable, AirFordable.com. Well, I'm getting close to the end of my show. I hope that something I have said today has been helpful to you, not just with the Airfordable and the Warren Buffett tips, but I want you guys to be informed about what's going on in our world, in our nation, and in our city. And if anything I've said today has inspired you, always feel free to give me a call at 248-633-8562. That's 248-633-8562. I want to leave you with some encouraging words that I came across. Actually, it was posted in the Detroit Cranes magazine, which was very interesting to me because I'd never seen them post anything like this before. So I want to encourage someone today who may be going through something. And the article says, what would you do if you could not fail? What would you do if you could not fail? And you know what? That's a question that shouldn't be hard to ask, because if we believe in God the way we say we do, we know that God can do anything but fail. So why would we set ourselves up to believe that we weren't going to succeed at anything that we put our minds to? Ask yourself what's really blocking your success. What's blocking your success? What's really going on in your mind? Sometimes if we go back into our childhood, we find out that something that someone said to us is still holding us back 20, 30, and 40 years later. Don't let anybody stop you from pushing forward to your dream, whether they told you you're not smart enough, whether they told you you're not attractive enough. Yes, you are. Because a lot of times our biggest barrier is simply what's going on inside of our heads. And many of these things are preventing us and limiting us from enjoying our lives. You got to discover how to overcome that inner battle, those insecurities that are just not necessary, that you yourself are doing to yourself. Don't let fear rule you. How much of your brilliant inner light and brightness do you allow to be dimmed by fear? How many times has fear pinned you down when all you wanted to do was fly? How many potential soulmates has fear stolen from you? How many life-changing opportunities? How many breathtaking adventures? How many? How many things have you turned your back on because of the things you allowed to go on in your mind? How many more will you allow to continue to hold you back? Fear lies to you. Fear will tell you to stay put because going upwards or outwards is dangerous. Fear will convince you that failure is worse than doing nothing at all. Fear wants you to forget that life is beautiful, irreversible, and short. But in the face of this truth, have you ever wondered, is there really anything worth fearing? Let me tell you something. Fear loves you, and not in a healthy way. Fear wants to smother you. It wants to stay in your heart forever and hold you in the dark where nobody can see you. And yet fear can never truly succeed because the reality is fear fears you. And I want to read this quote before I go off by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of the Most High God. Your playing small does not benefit anyone in your life, and definitely not this world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking down so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, but it's in everyone. And as we let our light so shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. What's the moral to it? God is waiting on you to shine so that you can help somebody else to shine. It's not even about you. So this week, as you go on about your way, get up, get out of depression, do something. Make your dreams a reality. And let me tell you something, dreams have nothing to do with sleep. Once you really get into your dreams, you won't even have time to sleep, but it'll be a good thing because you'll be working for yourself. You'll be working on your dreams. Whether it's weight loss, whether it's education, whether it's a new job, a new career, whether it's starting a business, whatever it is, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love and of a sound mind and with power. And with all of those things, you can't do anything but succeed. Failure, it's just not an option. Until we meet again, God bless you. God keep you. I'll be back here again Tuesdays at 2 o'clock right here on WHPR 33. Thank you so much for watching my show. Listen, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That's Detroit's Money Making Diva. And if you want to book me to sing, host your party, MC, or speak at your social or church events, call me at 248-633-8562. That's 248-633-8562. You can also write me or send a donation to support this broadcast. Sherry Jackson, 11,000 West McNichols, Suite 100, Detroit, Michigan, 48221. Thanks again and have a blessed day.